Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
Good to see you on another slow news week. Hello.
Yeah.
We're just between indictments. I think we're Monday we're talking, or Tuesday, don't you? The next one?
I can't wait. I mean, it could be next week. We're still waiting on, look, we've got 5 trials in between now and the beginning of the RNC. Think about that. RNC begins July 15th, right? In 59 days, it's the Trump Organization civil fraud suit. Yep. In 164 days, it's the E. Jean Carroll defamation suit. Yep. In 179 days, it's the pyramid scheme class action suit against Trump and his kids. In 234 days, it's the Alvin Bragg New York criminal hush money suit. And in 290 days, it's the May 20th classified docs suit. He will be a convicted felon by the time the convention rolls around.
Letitia James just said,
get ready.
Yeah, her suit's ready to go. I mean, I do have to, now that you mention Alvin Bragg, John, I do have to compliment him. As Glenn Kirschner always said, someone needs to take the maiden legal voyage. And I think that, you know, courage begets courage. And I feel like a domino effect now. And I just, even people, oh my God, Ellie Mistal was happy clappy this morning that, you know, I just don't think he's going to be able to run out the clock on this latest one. I don't think Judge Chutkan is going to allow it, and I think there will be a trial and a conviction before the election.
Yes, but let's still hope he gets the nomination, can't we? Because we really deserve to see that show. Look, here's what I've come to realize. It's not going to be between this old white guy and that old white guy. It's not going to be an election between Joe Biden's agenda and Donald Trump's agenda, no matter how much President Biden says it will be. I think at the end of the day, the choice in 2024, if Trump is the nominee, if there's not a contested convention, which I think there will be, but if Trump gets the nomination, which he will deserve, he will have earned it. If that's the case, the choice voters are going to have is going to be the ultimate reality TV show vote. We're going to walk into the ballot box and you're going to have a choice of voting for season 2 of Trump in the White House or season 1 of Trump in jail. That's what people will go to the polls to decide in a year.
Well, you
get excited. Stephanie,
yes.
For the first time in history, a president's been indicted for the 3rd time.
It's very exciting. It's very exciting. It's a bracing time to be alive. Yeah. You tweeted the top 3 GOP defenses for Trump's January 6 indictments. 1, lie that it's about free speech, knowing that your base won't read the actual indictment. 2, claim Donald Trump really believed his claims, a.k.a. he can't tell fantasy from reality. 3, stall, delay, get elected, and pardon yourself. Yeah, this is a party that is just they've lost all sense of. I guess Jody was saying in polling, it's showing more and more that GOP voters won't vote for him if he is convicted. I mean, I don't know. I think there is going to be a rolling reality factor. But you're right. The politicians, they're only going to grow a spine when they see the base start to turn. They have no courage of convictions at all.
I mean, maybe. Let's not hold out how influential the first few Republican debates without Donald Trump on stage are going to be on the collective psyche, because it's going to be Chris Christie picking up Ron DeSantis by the ankles and beating everybody else up with Ron DeSantis' body. Okay, Ron DeSantis' flaccid body between Chris Christie's jaws flung around a ring is what we're going to see, and I guarantee
it's going to be like when Orca attacks a trainer at SeaWorld.
Oh, listen, we know it's not over for DeSantis until they start saying "Let Ron be Ron." Then it's really over. But until we get to that point, let's just enjoy watching him fall. I'm so excited about the next DeSantis campaign reboot. It's going to be awesome.
I can't imagine what that's going to be.
What I love the most, though, which Steph, I'm sorry, but is this one defense of how they're saying, well, even if the president was lying, that's still protected. And all these crybabies, Giuliani's just running his hair dye on Newsmax, saying, the First Amendment, the president does have a right to sexually harass the fifth. Oh, that's me, never mind. What we're looking at here is.
By the way, you asked me what the gross transcript was from. It's from the lawsuit of the woman that's suing him for sexual harassment.
So gross. Oh, it makes you long for the glory days of Giuliani and Borat 2 when he was a real leader, But the Right to Life party has become the Right to Lie party. Mm-hmm. That's all they're preaching. Donald Trump didn't do anything wrong. He was just lying, or he was just crazy and couldn't accept reality.
Let me give you some guess the quotes from that, Chris. Come here, big. Those are my. I want my. Those are mine. T-word.
Super chicken.
No. Oh. No, that's Rudy Giuliani in the sex
State collectors is the word we're looking for.
Pardon me?
Those are my fake electors. That's what he was saying.
Yes. Yes, you said liberal fools, if they can arrest Trump for nothing more than extensively documented evidence of his guilt provided mostly by fellow Republicans, then they can do it to any of us. Thank you, John. Yes. Thank you.
You know how many liberal people didn't know that was a joke? You should read the comments on that tweet. Oh my God, I was called a MAGA fascist so many times.
Oh my
but
God.
people aren't into context. I don't get it.
We've been saying that Trump is a cross between Jesus Christ and the nanny from The Omen. It's because it's
That's
all
not
for
bad.
you. It's all for you.
It's all.
But you know what I always say? I explain to my child every Republican as if this effed this. Because Donald Trump is, if a pro wrestler and Mr. Burns from The Simpsons had a child, that would be Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Like Giuliani, if an alcoholic ferret had a child with an alcoholic mongoose, that would be Giuliani. Ted Cruz, if a televangelist had a child with the ShamWow guy, that's Ted. It's the only way I can explain things to my kid at this point.
Oh, God, please tell me that Cruz is going down in this whole thing. I mean, this is, he was absolutely in the middle of this whole plot, right?
He was, but he will survive it. They're never going to go.
No?
Listen, Bush and Cheney left D.C., and all their evil accomplices stayed in Congress. And the same thing happened for Trump. The one thing about being president is you are the hood ornament on the car crashing into the marketplace of democracy. So the president takes all the blame. The worst thing about Trump is that all of his accomplices who voted to overturn our democracy the night of January 6th still have jobs while Trump took all the blame.
Aw, I almost feel bad for him. I just saw a MAGA interview. You know, you've seen those MAGA interviews outside the
Love 'em.
and
Love 'em.
he, I believe one woman, MAGA woman, said there is King Jesus and King Trump, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's with all the worshiping of false gods? What?
Right.
Speak to us, Comedy Jesus.
If only the Bible commented on that. At some point. If only the Bible commented on worshiping false gods and how dangerous but easy that can be. I mean, that's what it is. It is a cult. They deny reality. And the surest sign of it, I mean, I still ask him, where was Barack Obama born? All the time.
Yeah.
Just to see. Because Donald Trump admitted on September 16th, 2016, that Obama was really born here. But people who follow Donald Trump don't consume media who will tell them that. So 7 years later, they're still clinging to Trump's birther lie because they never heard that he finally owned up and told the truth. They are a cult that's beyond reason, beyond morality. You can't rationalize with them. Maybe one-on-one you can. Eventually they're going to realize it. But, you know, the Nixon fans realized it. The Bush fans realized it. They just slunk away. We got to beat these people without hating them. And they're making it a lot easier by nominating a convicted felon. It's going to be a crazy year, Steph.
Yeah.
A lot of trials.
Yeah. It's almost like we should do a sexy liberal indictment tour.
It's almost like that should be the case. And by the way, my other favorite defense is they've got to move the trial out of D.C.
Yeah.
Because
To West
he's
Virginia.
not popular there, so we got to move it out of D.C. Literally, Trump say, try that in a smaller town. That's what we're getting. Right.
Yeah. I know. I mean, everything he tried, John, I think what I'm enjoying is just the flop sweat and desperation. The whole, like, that's not in the law anywhere. You don't get to go like, oh, I would like to move this to somewhere that voted for me by 40 points. This morning, he said, the Supreme Court must intervene. It's like, what? No. I mean, he's just out of time and out of options. It's, you know, what is this, August 28th? They're going to,
and by the time the Supreme Court ever would intervene in this particular case, it would probably be not until 2026. I mean, we're not going to see this trial. I mean, maybe this trial will happen before the 2024 election. I would love to have, you know, a hot trial summer with this.
Yeah.
Because after May, we're out of trials. We need more. It's like Star Wars shows on Disney Plus. They got to keep the people satisfied.
Exactly. So, as I mentioned, Sexy Liberal, only one show in 2023.
That's right.
October 21st. I'm working on things, John. I can't even tell you, or I'd have to kill you. But Glenn Kirschner for sure, and some other big surprises at the big one show in 2023. And then sexyliberal.com, John Fugelsang, San Francisco's on sale, the first 2024 show. Chicago is already selling out almost. That's next August.
Get those
for the
tickets
DNC.
while you can.
And more announcements to come because John Fugelsang blackmailed me. Okay,
Yes, I did. And the fans love me for it.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
And we're
Thank
going
God I
to
took those photos of Stephanie that one time because she has to do shows forever.
see you in studio next week, right?
Be there. It's great to
Okay.
see you guys.
All right.
Yeah. And
Mwah.
just remember. This
Oh,
is
I hear
for-
you have a big booking tonight on Sirius XM.
Yes, tonight we're going to be welcoming Jody Hamilton back to the Love Fest at Sirius XM Studios.
She's
in
going to be
Hollywood.
sleepy.
I know. I like him that way. No, I'm really thrilled. Jody came the last time we were there, and we're having lots of great guests while we're in. Ron Perlman's going to join me in studio next week, and a lot of other surprises. Lots of actors talking about the strike because they have free time. So we'll have some very special guests coming up for the next few weeks on our show on Sirius XM.
You tell Mr. Beauty that Mrs. Beast says hello. See what I did there? I'm the Beast, and he's the Beast. I love him. Okay, bye, John. Love you. Mwah.
Bye, guys. Remember, no one's above the law except Supreme Court justices. Bye.
Exactly. See you and their wives.